because a slick doesn't disperse the water.
Right.
We would aquaplane finished onto something else.
Okay, fine.
Nigel, hang on. Can I bring you around a little bit?
Yes, right, yeah, okay. Right, fine.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I'll give you that for half a minute, okay?
Yeah.
Half a minute left, and that for a wind-up, 15 seconds, how's that?
All right. I'll try and stick with it.
Now we're calling all times in the facials. Calling all times in the facials in the pit area. Now just 5 minutes to start time. 5 minutes to start time.
Yes, please,
Okay, Barry, well, we're going to talk about the camera in just a moment, and the fact that it weighs 75 pounds, that's nearly a bag of potatoes in the back. What difference is that going to make?
Lucky it's not pounds, shillings and pence, because it wouldn't make any difference. But no, there is a problem because it is so high and it's altered the centre of gravity of the car.
Have you made any adjustments to the suspension to allow for this?
We haven't had time because it would have been unfair to come along and practice during the week, so I sent my mechanic along to practice in the car. But it's one of those things. It's good for the sport, it's good for television, so who cares?
Okay.
Rush in and get that bonnet off quick. Want to get the camera on?
That's it. All part of the fun of the thing, you know, and all that, chaps.
You wouldn't have thought it made a difference, though.
No, you wouldn't really. I mean,
I would've got more
75 pounds
traction.
isn't that.
It isn't if it was on the floor, but it being up high, it's doing this with the car.
When we talk about the engine, just keep it fairly.
It's a Ford 1600 cross-flow, modified, developing 180 odd horsepower, supplied to me by Mass Engineering.
Is there a comparison we can do with a car on the road?
Yes, it's the Ford Escort 1600 Sport engine.
1600 Sport. Well, I'll ask you that. I'll say basically, what's the nearest?
The Kent. It's called the Kent engine, the Cortina pre-overhead camshaft engine. This is the.
Okay.
Yes, the Cortina, the Mark III early Cortina.
Yes. Okay.
Barry. He likes that. You like the flash of the teeth. Shall I do that at the end? Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay. Yes, he wants to keep it fairly close because of the background noise,
Yes.
obviously. How are we doing for time?
I don't know, what time do we race? Now.
Now, we're on. Do you think we ought to be standing in the middle here like this? Okay.
Yeah, very quick.
Just stand a wee bit closer to the guy. That's it. Right, lovely. I mean, on this camera, you want me to explain they're using Ilford FP3 at F8 at 25th, do you? Fence is going up. 47 is still there. Barry Lee is up front. And we'll try now and go and join Barry Lee for some commentary. And in fact, as he's done that, he's just gone into the safety fence as we were just about to get Barry Lee into the safety fence, and that's it.
You pioneered several things, and one of the things that I remember is with one Winternationals at Wimbledon, you had an in-car camera in your Mark 1 Escort, and it was...
That was the first time they put that in.
Yeah, yes. It was the size of, well, it was huge.
Yes, they're not tiny little cameras. This was a huge camera, and that was in there, and like any good director of filming or whatever else, they waited until I called some people up because I had to start last, and I could hardly see where I was going. I'd actually bounced off the fence and the steering was out a little bit, and they said, we're now going to cut over to Barry Lee, you know, and I had to try and do a live commentary. I think I swore profusely on that particular bit, not just to say I can't do it. It was like, well, F this, F that, and everything else, and so they then translated that into English and said, I think Barry's a bit busy at the moment. We'll go back to him later on. But once again, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything else to anybody. That's me. When we said the big three, you know, I was the one with all the glitter and the glam. Duffy was the one who was the pig farmer because he was big, fat and round. George was the one in a little old Anglia that was sorted out better than Duffy's or my car. But that was me.